It's been an eventful season so far. We've been moving pretty quickly. We had a 12-hour advance, a couple 24-hour advances. You know, early on, everybody's really hype about it. I just want to get here and, review what's happened so far in the quarter of the season. It's been interesting. We're playing an all-pro simulation this year, which is something different from us. Usually we play on all Madden. At first, I wasn't keen to. I wasn't happy about it. But, I'm really starting to dig it. And you have to really play defense. You really got to do hardcore balling. Real quick, because I don't want to make this a long video, let's look at some key stats going so far. And then we're going to go through the standings and what I think is going on. Right now, you look, Blizz doing Blizz, throwing deep, bombing it out with Flacco, 16 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, on pace for 5,000. You got Dalton out there. You got Beathard. This dude's a rookie. I don't know how in the hell Frame is doing it with this dude. And you got another rookie up there, Nathan Peterman from Pittsburgh. I don't know how the hell he's doing it, man. They're beating out some really good quarterbacks. Let's look at the league completion percentage. You got to take away some of these dudes with 100. They just played, snap or two. You got Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Phil Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Andy Dalton, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Kaiser, Prescott. All these dudes are high percentages. They were a lot higher early on, but the one thing you will see is as the season goes on, those numbers drop because people have bad games. Here's our TD leaders right here. Flacco with 16, Dalton with 10, Brady 10. Sorry about that. Hold on. Anyway, interceptions. This has always been a big thing in TSG. And you can see people are still throwing interceptions even though it's on All-Pro. You got Jacoby Brissett, Matt Stafford, Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, Teddy Bridgewater, and Trevor Siemian all in double-digit sacks, with Kirk Cousins not too far behind. But the thing you can also see, besides Matt Stafford and Trevor Siemian, these dudes in double-digit turnovers are passing very poorly in the sense of they're completing under 60% of their passes. All right, let's look at the rushing. The rushing, this was a big point of contention too. We had dudes like Banco saying he's running for 4,000 yards, breaking Alfred MVP, Hall of Fame, never been stopped for less than 100 yards in a game. Morris, and was going to break his record, but then he got shut down a few weeks ago for 70-some yards, and that put the kibosh on that. He's on pace for like 2,300 yards, something that, he's done with pro sites before, so what's the big deal? The big story here is that Cowboys 2K9 taking over his Cowboys team is balling with Zeke Elliott. Averaging 9 yards a carry. That's almost a first down a carry. He's on pace for 2,700 yards, and he's going to be the closest thing this Madden that we've seen to Alfred Morris, and he's still going to be 1,000 yards behind him. And I'm not bringing that up, but I'm not just bringing that up to boost Alfred, but I know Banco and other people are like, oh, we're going to snatch this, we're going to take this, we're going to do this. They don't understand how hard that is, especially in this year's Madden where injuries are a big key. We got our TD leaders in rushing, Ezekiel and Justin Davis. Rob Kelly's up there too. He had a huge game against, I forgot who was against, but he got like 200 or he broke the single season rushing record. Got like 5 TDs. Same thing with Ty Montgomery. Sorry, I forgot the game was. All right, then we got our receiving leaders. Brashad Perryman with 29 catches. Will Ty up there for the Jets. I mean, he doesn't have very many weapons, so that makes a lot of sense. Now let's see our yards leaders. By far and away, Perryman. Blizz. All he's trying to do is throw deep to Perryman. Just throw it to Perryman. Ain't nothing changed with that dude. That's the reason why he won't win, and that's the reason why his success will not be consistent. We have dudes like Julio Jones. I almost said Julio just because that's what Real Law says. Jordan Matthews, which is surprising from that team. You got Jordy. The Jordy. Julian Edelman up there. And you see some of these guys with a lot of yards, like Jordy with 15 and with a lot of yards with low catches. Sammy Watkins with 12, Jordy 15. Then you see these other dudes getting 29, 30, 40 catches. This 29, 25 catches is the reason why they're doing it. Let's see the receiving touchdown leaders. It's Perryman, and then it's Cooks, and then it's Julio. As you will see, last year's real-life leader, Jordy's not in there. But we can see that real quick. Just a real quick look over at the defense. We're not going to go over this too much. Sack Masters Cameron Wake is destroying. Everson Griffin is destroying. And Brandon Graham is destroying. The dudes are getting off, man. They're really getting off. Jason McCourty, that's a surprise right there. Cornerback with 4.5 sacks. There's some corner blitzes right there. Same thing with the Kalo Witherspoon, whoever that is. I've never heard of that dude. But very, very good sack totals. I mean, Cameron Wake is on pace for 28 sacks right now. Tonic, I'm creating a video for the league. So yeah, you're just getting here. That's all I'm doing. Anyway, sorry about the distraction, guys. Interceptions: Earl Thomas, Malcolm Butler, Denzel Perryman, all with 5 interceptions. Then we got Clover Gwynn and Andrew Adams with 4 interceptions. There's been some really good defensive games. There's been some really bad defensive games with people. It's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? I've seen some high scores. I've seen some low scores. My game last week against Murder was 12-7. Just going to go look over the schedule right now so you can see the different scores I'm talking about. We are in week 5. That's why I'm doing the quarter review. Just doing a quick skim over that. This is the worst game I've seen in my life right here. There was no defense played. The worst game I've ever seen in my life played. Not because the opponents are bad, just because there was no defense. 60-40, a Hunter Burger right there. That's crazy. There's some other high-scoring ones, but that was pretty much all offense. Then we got week 3. And you'll start to see as the season goes along, you see some of the scores are starting to dip. They're not as high. Teams are getting better. People are learning the game. People are getting injured. Week 4 there, you see the 7-12 game I was talking about. I won it without scoring a touchdown, which is crazy. You have 15-14 right there, New Orleans, Miami. The scores are starting to look a little bit more realistic, and that's a cool thing. You got the Chiefs, Redskins, 2017, 20. Then you see some defensive performances. New England held Carolina to 7. Detroit held Minnesota to 7. So I think things right there on the up and up. Like the more we get used to it, the better it is. People just like to complain. All right, we're 7 minutes into this video. I ain't gonna try to hold you on much longer. AFC North, we have Dog Pound leading the AFC North. He beat Blizz already. That was Blizz's only loss, and I believe Dog Pound lost to Blitzburg, so they're all losing to each other. But right now, Dog Pound's leading that division, and I'm highly impressed because he's running out there with a rookie quarterback. Now let's go to the AFC South. Even though Chubbs lost Marcus Mariota, his quarterback, for 4 weeks, I believe it was, he had one bad, horrible game where he got blew out by Bino by like 30. It was like 38-0 before he scored. Other than that, he's been able to circle the wagons and actually lead that division. But there's not much in there. Didi's awful. 4-6 traded away his whole team. And Rico's Rico. He's, Chubbs is still going to come away with that division. I'm not sure about the North, though. I don't know who's going to come away in there. Any of those dudes could. That's up for grabs for me. Then just dominating like usual. I mean, the game's on All Pro like he likes it, using regular playbooks like he likes it. So I mean, there's no excuse. If he can't win this Madden, there's no excuse. He's got the best team on the game. The game is quote unquote set up how he likes it. If he does not win this Madden, goes blank again, or gets beat by Bronco in the playoffs or something like that, and dudes like Broncos Super Bowl and he doesn't, it's over. Finn's 2-2. He lost to 2 heavy hitters, though. He lost to Banco and Captain. Captain him had a great game. He just couldn't stop Banco's run in Banco's game. But he's still a contender, wild card contender. Jets and Bills. I'm going to tell you, Old Dirty Mac is impressive to me. He has a crap team. He made some key trades, and he's still competing. He may not be winning, but he's competing. There's games he should have won that he hadn't. And then he's competing with that trash team, but yeah. And as you can see, like they're letting up more scores than they're scoring. That's an easy indicator that they're losing. AFC West, Banco's running away with it, literally with the run game, because nobody's stopping it. He just keeps trying to push it outside, and they're not forcing him inside to where I'm not sure that running back can run. Pro tip. Anyway, but Banco's running it. Banco's doing what he does. He's killing with the run. He's doing what he said he would do running-wise, except for the 4,000 yards. My money's safe, buddy. But nah, and you see he's got the number 1 in the power ranking. The dude's balling. I can't take anything away from him. Broncos, Raiders, Twan, the Chiefs, they're all tied. Broncos and Raiders, Hero and Bronco, they couldn't link up this week. They wouldn't be able to link up for another 24 hours, so they left it up to the sim gods, and Bronco got his first win on his team. But none of those teams are a factor. Twan, his Achilles heel is his offense. His defense is good, but if he makes a mistake on defense, it's over because he doesn't have the offense to capitalize. I don't know what he's doing. But hey, it's Twan. You never know. He might make noise season 2 or season 3. He'll just get a random winning season, you know. NFC North. This one's a shocker. Rio and I are tied for the lead of the division. They gave Rio the slightly higher power ranking record because he's played better opponents, I assume. But the shocking part is because he's got 107 points total and he's allowed 122. He's beat RJ, he beat Real Law, and he beat GB. So I mean, he's actually doing well. I hope for his sake and for the league's sake and for my sake, competition's great that he keeps on this pace and he doesn't revert back to Rio. But as we saw previously with the stats, he's been throwing a lot of picks, so you never know. RJ he needs to retool. I think he's trading half his team. Murder is good. He's balling. The 1-3 record is not going to tell you. His defense is legit. His offense is kind of iffy. But, I mean, he almost won the game against me if it wasn't for, you know, me knifing him with Clay Matthews and causing a fumble. He had a tough game against Blitzburg the week before that. He's just in those tight games. He just needs to, you know, get over the hump. You feel me? And once he does, he's going to be a problem, especially with that young team with Trubisky and Meredith and White and all them dudes. And he also didn't have his running back either, Jordan Howard. So that's a big factor too. Jordan Howard probably wouldn't have fumbled in that situation. All right, let's go to NFC South. We have Captain leading that division like usual. We have Chaos came in as the Bucks losing. Korn has had some tough games, even the one against Cap, but I know he's moving and stuff, so maybe that's part of it. And it's a new team and a new surrounding. I think Korn will pull that together. Real Law, he's got the second best team in the game. He's 2-2. He got demolished by me. He didn't have Matt Ryan though. Matt Ryan was suspended for a previous violation, you know, testing dirty for those PEDs in week 1. So he had to go, you know what I'm saying? His B sample, like John Jones, came back dirty too, you know what I'm saying? So he had to sit. I can't help it. It's interesting because he has the team that can win. He's made some trades. I think they're kind of weird because he says his offensive line sucks and then trades offensive linemen. But it is what it is. He knows what we're doing. I mean, that's a lot for Cap. Cap's only loss was to Ninja, and Ninja's undefeated, so you can't really hate on that. NFC East. This is the surprising of the surprises. Tonic is better than his 0-4 record. Let's get this out the way first and foremost. It's just those little silly mistakes or those little silly, you know, moments where, you know, like I remember one game he was trying to slide, but it didn't slide in time, and he got a fumble or whatever it was. Those little moments, he lost the bow on the last second play. So, I mean, Tonic's right there. Like, he could easily be, you know, 2-2, 3-1, 4-0. Like, he's that close. Don't let that record fool you. Ruger started out, I believe, he lost week 2. But he's balling right now. He's just getting his team together. Bo was a surprising one. Like I said, he beat Tonic in that last second. He destroyed Rio. Rio claiming he drunk, whatever, throw 7 picks. I forget who his first loss was, but he lost the first game of the season. No, it was the Cowboys. That's right. And Cowboys 3-1. He's killing it with Ezekiel. Ezekiel's his number 1 rusher, his number 2 receiver. It's Ezekiel. Ezekiel's just balling out for him. The only problem is he might get hurt. I actually play Cowboys this week. I'm marking it up. I'm going to try to win, but I know that my defensive line is destroyed. My D-tackle and my right end, who are 2 of the better players on my defense, are out. So it's going to be tough against that offensive line and a running back averaging 9 yards a carry. Cowboys is a real contender. I don't know if Ruger and Bo are pretenders or not. Ruger's been there. Bo, it's been a while, but Bo said he wanted to come here so he can go to the playoffs. So maybe that's coming to fruition. But congrats, Bo. I know you wanted to hear your name being talked about, being 3-1. Congrats. Keep up the good work. I doubt it, but keep up the good work. And lastly, the NFC West, you got the Rams leading it, which is nothing unusual for that division. You know what I mean? That's what he's done. People doubted him because he started off with a loss. GB, I'm going to score 50 points every game, 500 yards passing. Didn't do that. You know, lost his game against Rio in the first game, won his second game, lost his game before that, then won this, and now it's because the speed of the game's not right. He's just not good. What's worked last year doesn't work this year. He's good enough to beat some people, but he's not good enough to be championship material, in my opinion, yet. He's a champion, so he obviously has that pedigree, but I don't think his team's there yet. I want to see him do more. And then you got the 49ers and the Seahawks, whose season is flipped. The 49ers started out 2-0 and then have lost the last two and came back down to earth. The Seahawks started out 0-2 and now they've risen up and won 2 in a row. And I think he's gained some confidence over that big win over the Titans, even though Mariota was hurt. So it'll be interesting to see how this falls out, because as you can see, it's going to be a tough call. Who's going to win their divisions? Who's going to make it? What I'm going to try to do, guys, is to update this and do a new one every quarter. So the next one should be in 4 weeks when we're at week 8, and the pace we move in, that might be like Saturday, you know what I mean? But I'll try to put that out there. I just wanted to get something out there for you guys to look at and some content for y'all to get a hold of. If there's anything when we do some of these things, there's something you want to talk about, something you want to look at, something you want to hear. You want to hear your team. You want us to do a podcast again. You want us to get together and do something cool. Like, you want to contribute, you want to do a video, just let me know, man. Make sure you hit that follow button on mixer.com/SimGamer. We will be broadcasting all year, and I do try to do joint broadcasts as much as possible with my other league members. Also, make sure to go check out our YouTube channel where this will be posted, plus all other gaming videos. YouTube.com/TheSimGamer, THA SimGamer. And everybody that's going to be watching this here on the Discord, man, if you got friends that play the sports games, we're about to get into 2K, I invite them to the Discord. We got a 2K room in there or whatever. We can all talk about building our teams and whatever. We're trying to make the community bigger, not just limited to Madden, because we are a community. We're bigger than Madden. Like, how many games do we play with each other and find new people that we play these games with, or whatever it is. So help grow the community. Anybody that wants to be part of it that's not disruptive is something that we're really big on. Once again, it's about to hit the 20-minute mark. So I appreciate the time, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit the follow button, hit the like button, smash the emojis in the Discord. Let us know, man. I appreciate everything that y'all do to help keep this league together, man, because no matter what me or the other commissioners do, it's y'all that help this league run smoothly. Just continue the fast advances and the good work, guys. Peace.